Hello, everybody. A very good afternoon to one and all attending the session. I am Madhumita from Team Bigin, and I welcome you all to today's Bigin Masterclass. If I'm audible to all of you and you are able to see the screen, could you please give me a thumbs up? Thank you so much, guys. I welcome you all to the Begins Masterclass today. This is the first of a series of webinars that we have planned for you. Today's session has two parts. One, I'll be giving you a general overview of the features that we are covering today, and my colleague Priyanka will take you through a detailed product demo, followed by a Q&A session where we'll be taking your questions. Now, without any further delay, let me get into today's session to cover Begin's latest features. Just a minute, I hear that the screen is still loading. I'll give it a couple of minutes. Is the screen visible to all of you? Okay. Thank you so much, guys. So today we will be covering Begin's latest features. Just to ensure that you make the most out of this session, if you have any questions at any point during the session, please click on the Q&A icon on the bottom of the screen. And we do have a few poll questions that we would appreciate if you participate. So press on the poll icon on the bottom of the panel to answer these questions. And when during the presentation, to ensure that you have access to the full screen, please be sure to close the window. And now moving to the features that we'll be covering today. I'll be covering team pipelines, connected pipelines, toppings, and the recent enhancements to web forms. Starting with team pipelines. Why have we introduced team pipelines to begin? Now, most CRM brands in the market cater to the sales aspect of your business, which is why you find sales representatives making the best use of CRM tools. But what about all the other operations that your customers have to go through before they make that final decision to purchase your product? You have so many operations in your business before and after you sell your product or service. Now, naturally, to manage these operations, you tend to consider some external solutions. Now, these solutions work great, there's no doubt about that. But these come with two major challenges. One being they are an additional investment, which means it eats into your budget. And two, most of them are fully developed or targeted at large enterprise level organizations, which means you, as small business owners, may have relatively simpler requirements, but the products that you're looking up may be full fledged, a little too hyper technical and complicated for your business, which is why we have come up with team pipelines. Team pipelines is an extension of the pipeline management system that you are all familiar with already to cover all your other customer facing operations in addition to sales. You can now have a distinct team pipeline for every operation of yours and multiple sub pipelines to cover the different functions performed by each team. So, how is it different from your existing Begin account? Now, in your sales pipeline, you will be managing deals or opportunities. Additionally, you can also have a support pipeline where you will manage customer tickets, and you can have a marketing pipeline where you will handle customer testimonials, so on and so forth. You can customize every pipeline to manage different kinds of operations, thereby making your CRM solution or your Begin account more comprehensive than it was before. I have now shared how the team pipelines will look for different kinds of businesses. The options that you see on the left side panel indicate the kind of team pipelines that you can create for your own business, and the bottom panel represents the sub pipelines that you can have for every business. Now, you can take a look at the screens, but you will definitely understand this feature much better during the product demo. The best advantage of team pipelines is that every piece of customer data that your teams now gather through your customer's purchase journey gets secured within a single Bigin account of yours. When you're looking for a piece of information about your customers, all you need to do is log into your Bigin account and you will find the information. Now, having this advantage, how do we extend it to reflect in the experience of your customers with your business? That is where we have come up with connected pipelines. With connected pipelines, you use automation to stay on track with your customer's journey as they move from one stage to the other. It is creating or setting up workflow automations to create connected records in the pipelines as your customer moves from one pipeline to another. Moving on to the next feature. The advantage of connected pipelines, is that any kind of communication gap or time lapse that is possible is avoided by the automation feature. I have here again shared how this can look for different kinds of businesses, and this will be gone into detail during the product demo. Moving on to toppings. You have all heard about toppings. It's topping to your ice creams, toppings to your pizzas, and toppings to your Bigin account means adding in additional features or additional functionalities to your Bigin account based on your specific requirements. The first topic we'll be covering is the email in. Now, you are all familiar with email integration in Bigin. It brings your inbox inside your Bigin account. Now, we have added layers of automation and coverage to your multiple email aliases, whereby every email that you receive in every email alias that you own will be converted into a record in the relevant pipeline of your Bigin account. We will practically look into how this feature works during the product demo. This way, you can stay on top of your emails and you do not have to keep shuttling between your email inbox and your CRM, because you can keep the conversations going from inside your Bigin account. And the next topic that we have is something you will all relate to. Now, imagine the time you have to file your tax returns. There is so much going back and forth between you and your auditors that both of you have at one point lost track of. I'm sorry, just a minute. Is my screen visible to all of you? I think there's a problem with my screen. Are all of you able to see my screen? Okay, I think some of you are not able to see it. Could I request you to just refresh the session? Okay, so I'll continue. So at some point in the back and forth with your customers or your auditor, in the example I was talking about, you have both lost track of which documents you've already shared, which documents you have not. And you both spent hours together scrolling through your inboxes, trying to trace the documents that you've been dealing with. Now, this situation never has to come again because we have file cabinet. Not with your auditors, not with your lawyers, certainly not with your customers. All you have to do is share a single link with your customers, and all your documents that need to be shared can be uploaded to this link, and all of them get saved within the contacts module in your Bigin account. And now you never have to go looking for these documents ever again. You know exactly where to find them. And moving on to the most recent enhancements that we have introduced to Bigin's web forms feature. Web forms are not web forms anymore. They are forms. Basically, they are not confined to the four walls of your website anymore. You can build your forms and externally share them either through URL links, or you can get a QR code through which your customers can scan and access the forms anywhere. And the other extension is, previously, Bigin's web forms could be used only to secure contact details, whereas now you can collect any kind of data because we have also extended the forms feature to your pipelines and companies modules, which means there are more number of fields that you can choose from and more data that you can collect. A few examples are what I've given on screen. Also, with the number of fields that have been made available for you to build your forms, you just have to drag and drop them to build your form. There's absolutely no coding needed anymore. And finally, with your customers accessing your forms from any kind of device, we now offer a preview of how your forms will look on multiple devices. It could be phones, tabs, desktops, and so on. Finally, when your customers spend the time to fill in your forms, to give you valuable details, an instant note of thank you that you convey can go a long way in defining the experience for your customers. You do not have to build a separate landing page for this thank you, but any short note of thank you that you type will instantly get reflected on the forms the minute your customers press the submit button. Now, that's about the features we'll be covering today. I'll now hand over the session to Priyanka for the detailed demo, and then we'll take a quick look into the upcoming features, and then we'll be ready to take your questions. Thank you for your time, and Priyanka can take over now.
Thank you, Madhu. Hello, everyone. My name is Priyanka, and I'm a product specialist with Bigin. It is my immense pleasure to be hosting this event today, and I'm very thankful to you for being a part of it. So I'll share my screen, and then we'll get started in detail about the latest features that we have released recently in Bigin. Give me a few seconds, it is taking time. So are you all able to view my screen now? I'm really sorry. Just give me 1 minute. I'll check what is the issue here. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Please give me a couple of more minutes. There seems to be an issue with the meeting link. So I hope you're able to see my screen now. Thank you so much. So yeah, so we'll get started with the with today's session. So basically, what is a pipeline in CRM? So what we have learned so far is that pipeline is a module where the entire journey from finding out the right prospect till making sale takes place. So this is the module where we generate revenue, and the process inside the pipeline is categorized as stages. So here are a couple of polls for you. Have you started using the team pipelines feature in Begin? Please take part in the poll and let us know if you have started using the team pipelines feature in Begin. Thank you so much. I see that most of you have voted, and um, I see that most of you have started using Team Pipeline, but today you will know how to get the most out of it. And I have one more poll for you, that how many operations does your business have apart from sales process? Okay, so I see that at least 3 to 5 operations you manage apart from sales. Still getting few votes. So yes, at least, I mean, 79% of you all are having at least 3 operations apart from sales. So how great would that be if all these operations could be managed under one single application itself? So this is the reason we introduced team pipelines in Begin. And with the help of team pipelines, you can manage all the operations from within Begin itself. So you do not have to juggle between multiple software tools at all. And it also saves your time and money. So today I have taken a very basic example of bakery to make you understand how you can utilize team pipeline for your business. So to create a team pipeline, you have to click on this create a team pipeline button, which is at the left hand side. When you do so, you get 2 options. One is either create from scratch or clone from a template. So when you pick a template, here we have given a lot of predefined templates for teams and for industries as well. So you can pick accordingly. Let's say that I'm picking up recruitment and I click on use this template. So a team pipeline gets created here at the left hand side, as you can see. After this, you have to follow 3 more steps. First thing is give the basic information to the pipeline. So you have to give a name to the pipeline and the records in the pipeline. So you can either name it as interviews or candidates, and then set a permission for the pipeline. For example, sales team has nothing to do with the recruitment team. So they do not need access to the recruitment pipeline as well. So accordingly, you have to set up the pipeline permission and then click on the save button. Next thing, the biggest advantage of using team pipeline is that you get define a different set of stages and fields for each team pipeline. So you have to click on the more option, which is next to the team pipeline, and go to manage stages. Here you can create your own open and close stages and click on the done button. It is as simple. Next thing is defining set of stages. For that, again, you have to click on the more option, which is the three dots next to the team pipeline, and go to customize fields. Here, by default, we have given a lot of um, predefined fields. But apart from this, if you would like to add your own custom field so that you can get more information from your customer, then click on this Add Custom Field button and give a name to the field and select the field type accordingly and click on Save. So this is how you can create a team pipeline inside Bigin. Now, I will show you what are the pipelines that I have created for my bakery business. So I have this sales pipeline here, under which I have two sub pipelines, which is sales process and delivery management process. So first of all, I get an inquiry from my customer. Let's create an order. I give a name to the order. Let's say that I'm getting an inquiry for choco truffle cake. Then I'll give an order name, that choco truffle cake, and it is for 2 kgs, and then contact name. So I'll associate a contact to this particular order, and what would be the sub pipeline and stage. So the sub pipeline would be the sales process and then a new inquiry stage. I'll enter the amount of uh, accordingly and give a closing date. So the closing date for me would be delivery the delivery date. So I'll select that and click on the save button. So this is how an order is created. Now here you can move an order from one stage to another directly from here or by clicking on each stage here. So first, in my business, I get a new inquiry from a prospect, and then I gather their requirement, that what kind of cake they are looking for, what would be the delivery date, what is the flavor. So every single detail I get from them in requirement gathering process, and then I move to the next stage, which is quotation. So I share a quotation to them, and if they like the quotation, they go ahead and do the advance payment. Once the advance payment is done, I start baking for my customer. And here, once the baking is done, I mark my order as cake ready for delivery. Now, what happens is that once I mark my order as cake ready for delivery, automatically, with the help of workflow, this deal gets moved to my next sub pipeline, which is delivery management pipeline. And I start following up with my customers for the delivery purpose. So I update the customer, and then if there is no response from customer, I wait for some time. And finally, when they do the full payment, I mark the order as delivered. So this is how I manage the sales process inside Begin. So apart from sales process, I have created one more uh, team pipeline, which is customer support pipeline, so that I can give a better customer experience to all of my customers. Here, before I explain you about the customer support team pipeline, I have another poll for you. So, could you please tell me that how many email aliases are you using for your services or products? So yes, the question is like, do you own multiple email alias for your different products or services? So options are yes or no. And I see a lot of people have voted for yes. So that means you're using multiple email alias for your different products and services. So here I will start by explaining about my customer support team pipeline that I have created. So here again, I have created two sub pipelines. One is inquiry from new customer. So if I get any inquiry from new customer, I move it to the sales team pipeline and I take care of them from there itself. But I get a lot of emails from my customers with some kind of issues or some kind of inquiries, and I wanted those emails to be shown under this customer support team pipeline. So, with the help of a topping which is known as email in, I created an email alias, and now what happens is that whenever customer drops any email to me, that gets converted as a ticket inside this customer support department. Now we can test it out. Please drop an email right now. I mean, you can drop a test email that what kind of cake you're looking for. And the email address would be begin 3.0 release at gmail.com. So my colleague will also share the email address in the Q&A tab. So there you can go ahead and copy the email address and test it out how the email in works out. And then I will show you how you can set it up for your business. So the email address is begin 3.0 release at gmail.com. To send an email and we will check if records get created under this customer support team pipeline or not. Try out. So now I'll give you an example of email in. Let me take an example here. So as you see here, all these requests that I have got is through email in. So all my incoming emails have got converted as a ticket inside this particular pipeline. So I'll take an example here. So I have a customer called as Ethan Hunt. So this is my customer who has already placed an order, and after a few days, he came, I mean, he dropped an email to me and he wanted to check if it is possible to add few cupcakes to the existing order. So he just sent a message that there is a new cake inquiry, and that got converted as a ticket here inside my customer support team pipeline. Now, what happens is that as soon as I get an email, I'm able to respond to them right from here itself. So there is a reply button. And internally, if I would like to discuss about this particular customer, then I can make use of the add comment button. Now, I send an email to the customer from this conversation tab that yes, it is possible to order cupcakes and how many cupcakes would they like to order. Now, finally, after a few conversations, customer says that yeah, he's ready to make the payment. So what I have done here is I have shared my uh, gateway, like the payment gateway with the customer and the total amount. Here I have also mentioned that please attach transaction screenshot here once the payment is done. So this particular link that I have added here is inserted through File Cabinet, which is a brand new feature in Begin. So using File Cabinet, you can exchange files with your customers, which I will explain you after we see how you can set up email alias for your business. Now, in order to set up email alias, you have to go to settings and under topping, here there is email and topping. So if you have not set it up yet, here you would get setup button. So click on the setup button and then click on add email alias. Here you can create a new email alias like how I have created. So when I click on the edit button, yeah, here it will ask you to give an email alias name, and you can give a friendly name to it as well, and add records too. So this means where, I mean, in which pipeline would this record be created. So that pipeline you have to select here, and then the sub pipeline. And if you have a specific user who is going to take care of all these inquiries, then select that user's name. You can also give a tag to email alias records, so that it will help you to filter records quickly, and then you can click on the save button. So this is how you create an email alias for your account. What I have done for my business is that I have created this email alias, and then I have set up a forwarding rule inside my email account. So you can do that as well. So if you have any support email address for your team. So this is about the email in topping. And next thing is about the file cabinet that I was telling you. So let me just show you. I mean, I'll just give you an example, and then I will let you know how you can set it up. But before that, I have another question from you. That are you using any software to exchange files with your customers? So I see that most of you are using email to get the documents from your customer or to share documents with them. So now you do not have to use any other application in order to exchange files with your customers. You can make use of Begin and start exchanging files with your customers. Let me show you how. So here, when I go to the customer support team pipeline, so this is the um, conversation that I was talking about, right? So here is the link that I have shared with my customer and asked him to share the payment status, which he has done. Not just that, when I go back to the contact, here under the files tab, I have shared few sample designs with my customers, and so that they can finalize what type of cake would suit uh, their occasion. So here, this is possible through file cabinet. Once customer finalizes the cake that they are looking for, I can click on this, move to internal files, and save it for my reference. So this is how the file cabinet works. And I will show you now how you can set it up for your business. For that, you have to go to settings, and again under topping, you have the file cabinet option. So this is a paid topping, but you get a trial plan for 15 days. So for you, if you have not started using it, you would have an option to set up now. But it's very simple. Click on setup now and install the topping. Once that is done, you do not have to do anything here. You can directly go to the contacts module and click on a contact to whom you're going to share the document, or if you're going to get documents from any customer, just click on that contact name, come to the detailed view, and here you would have an option to enable file cabinet. So let me show you another example. Yeah, so you get an option to enable file cabinet. Once you enable file cabinet, a link gets generated. So this is a unique link, and uh, it is I mean we have given a unique link for each contact so that the data security is maintained. So you can copy this link and send it to your customer, or drop an email to your customer with this particular link. Once they upload all the documents, you will get a notification under the signal icon, and then you would be able to follow up with them right from here itself. So this is how the file cabinet works for your business. Now, you already know about web forms, right? So as Madhu told you that we had web forms for the contacts module, and it was just for your website. But now we have extended this web forms to forms, and not you would be I mean not just for the contacts module, but you would be able to create records directly in your pipeline module as well. I will share a QR code with you and also a link with you. So just go ahead and test it out, and we will see if this works or not. And then I will show you how you can create forms and start getting records directly into your pipelines through forms. So this is the QR code. So you can try scanning it now and enter. Just fill the form and click on the submit button, and we'll see how it works. So try to scan this QR code. You can also click on this URL that I have shared in the Q&A tab and fill the form from here. I hope you're able to scan the QR code. So you can just scan the QR code and test it out, how it looks like. Yes. So now I'll show you how you can create a new form for your business. So in order to create a new form, click on this add new form button under forms and settings. And here you get two options. So if you have already used web form, you would be knowing that previously we just used to get one option, which is contact. So you were able to create web form just for the contacts module. Now you can create web form. You can create a form for both contact and pipeline module. So when you click on create a pipeline form, here we get an option to choose the pipeline. So if you want the records to be added under the sales pipeline or customer support or marketing, you can select accordingly. And then it's very simple here. You don't have to be very technical in order to create this form. Just click on this add field button and give you may rename the fields as well, that and click on done. I may enter this field as well, and I'll rename it to delivery date and click on done. Now here I can add the last name of the contact, and this can be renamed as full name, as last name is the mandatory field. And from company, if you want to attach, if you want to add any field, you can add. Here I will add mobile field as well, because I have to get the phone number of my contact so that I can reach out to them. Now if I click on the next step, here I have to fill the form detail, that is who would be the owner of these web form leads or web form deals that I'm going to get. And then there is an option to get notification as well. Whenever a new record is getting created through forms, the uh, owner would get a notification if you enable this button. Here you have to select the sub pipeline and stage as well. So I will keep the sub pipeline as sales process, and the stage would be the first stage, which is new inquiry. You may give a tag as well. So this again, as I told you during while explaining email, tag will help you to filter records quickly. So here you can give a tag name, that forms or pipeline forms, and save it. A request for approval option is also there. So this will help you to avoid spam. And here again, there is something very new. So previously we had just one option, which was redirect them to a page. So you had to enter one URL so that once customer clicks on the submit button, they would get redirected to another page. But right now you can send a thank you message to your customer. For example, thank you. We will get back to you shortly. So this is how you can create a thank you message. And if you want any field to be auto filled, then you can select that. For example, I want the lead source to be selected automatically, and then go to save and next. So previously what was happening is that you had to embed either source JavaScript or iframe code into your website. But right now you can directly share the form link or the form QR code with your customers. Or if you'd like to embed this particular form into your website, even that can be done. So this is how simple it is to create forms inside Begin and start getting records, not just in the contacts module, but in the pipeline module as well. So this is all about the latest features that we have released in Begin. If you have any question, you can post it in the Q&A tab, and we will respond to it. And I would like to thank you all for joining the session today. I hope it was informative and it would help you to enhance your business as well. Now, this is not the end. We are also going to let you know what are the upcoming features that we are working on currently, but this will be taken care by Madhu. So I'll hand over the session to Madhu right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka. That demo was super useful for all of us. I hope all of you found it the same way. So, a quick look into the features that we have upcoming in Begin in the next few months. We are integrating with WhatsApp, with so many of us using WhatsApp to promote and market our businesses. We think this integration is going to be exciting. We're working on it, and you can expect it in the next few months. One other topic that we are working on is for a bookings page, so that you can have a page where your customers and clients can easily book appointments with you, knowing your availability. And we also have a calendar view that is inbuilt in Begin, which means managing your tasks and activities gets that much more easier. These are the few upcoming features that you will be looking at and you can expect from us very soon. And now we will have your questions on the chat box and we will be answering them. Thank you so much. I hope you all found this session useful. Thanks for your time and thank you for your support.
Hello, everyone. If you have any query, you can talk to us right now, because I believe the permission to talk has been given. So please go ahead with any kind of query that you have. few questions that we have got, like for mass emails, is it possible to increase? So just a minute. So yeah, there is a question, is it possible to exclude any communication by mail through Begin to contacts in general? So far, I have to manually click the email opt-out for each new contact to create. So this question has come from Anna. So yes, you can use the email opt-out field, and we have also provided the unsubscribe link, so even that can be used. And Guru has already shared the help document link, so you may check that out. So there is another question, that can forms create a survey? Yes, definitely. You can use it as a survey as well. So there is one more question, that in regards to web forms, is there perhaps a possibility for conditional formatting? For example, if a user selects other as an option, another field comes up for the user to complete. So currently this particular feature is not possible, but it's a very good feedback. So we will try to consider it, and we'll keep you posted. So can you upload documents in the forms like PDF, Word, etc. as attachment? Yes. So we have given the file upload option as well. So when you go to the settings and forms, there, while customizing the field, there is an option to file upload. So it can be done. So there is one more question regarding web forms, that can we embed these forms in our WordPress based website so that they look natively? Yes, definitely you can embed. So as I told you, either you can share the link or the QR code with the customer, or if you'd like to embed it into your website, yes, that can be done. So Suresh has told that he cannot see pipelines module in his account. That means that he is still using the older version. So at the top right, there will be an option to switch to the team pipeline. So he can click on that and switch to it. So there is one more question, that for mass emails, is it possible to create the mass email sending per day? Currently, Begin allows only 150 per day.
I
So
think
yes,
Rahul has asked the question like, how are form results collated in a spreadsheet? Rahul, to answer your question, so once people submit the form, the form submission will be available as a record inside your module. Like if you have created a form for contacts module, then it will be available under contacts as a record, or if you have created a form for pipelines module, it will be available as a record inside your pipelines module in the respective team pipeline that you have chosen. Hope that is clear. So there's one more question from a customer called Bharati. Can we connect Begin to Thrive and Books for managing loyalty? Yes, Thrive has a built-in integration with Begin, and even Books has a built-in integration with Begin. So yes, you can connect them both with Begin. About number masking
And
features,
Isha
uh,
y'all has told that she couldn't understand what I'm saying.
yeah, maybe you can repeat the
Uh,
question and then answer it with the context.
so while creating a form, you will be asked which module you are going to create the form for. Are you going to create the form for contacts module or for pipelines module? So you can choose the module. So based on the module that you choose, um, your form submissions be created as a record inside that module. So hope that is clear. And some attendees have asked like if there is a recording available for this session. I think yeah. So we will send an email for all of you attendees with a recording link to this session. Hope that is clear. And Rakesh Kemka has asked, can we get support for setup? Yeah, you can reach out to us at support@bigin.com. So that's our email address. So you can contact us through this email address, and our support reps will help you setting up Bigin.
There's one more question with forms. Can we integrate payment gateway into forms?
And
So
Shiju has asked, I'm not able to schedule email for one contact. So yeah, right now the schedule email option is available only for mass emails. So we have plans to give this schedule email option for individual contacts. You'll see if you can take this up uh, somewhere down the lane. Thank you. Thanks for the question. And Srinuba Dulipala has asked, can we integrate payment gateway into forms? If you already have any payment uh, gateway account, then what you can do is you can create a payment link through your payment gateway provider and um, include that payment link in your acknowledgement email that gets sent to your visitors who submit the form. This way, every time someone submits a form, they will get an email with the payment link that you have embedded. So this is the workaround that we have now. But what we are working on currently is we also are working on providing payment integration directly into forms inside Begin. So that is something we are working on. Um, we'll keep you updated on that. Yeah. Uh, Maribel Pascual have said that we have enabled emailing, but we aren't receiving incoming emails. How long does it take to work? Maribel, you can send an email to support@begin.com so that we can look into this. So we will see if there is any problem with your email in configuration and we will sort that out. Shreya Agarwal has asked, where can I find the toppings option? Shreya, if you are in the latest version of Begin, you will find the toppings from our settings tab on the left side, on the left hand side. So just in case you haven't yet moved to our latest version, you will see a banner at the top of your screen. Uh,
it would say something like the all new team pipelines is here, get it now. So that is a banner you would see at the top of your screen. You can click the get it now button to move to the latest version of Begin. So once you have moved to the latest version of Begin, you will see toppings um, from your settings tab. So Prashant has asked that we are a service company. During sales process, there are multiple discussions which happen with the prospective client over call, email, and messaging. We want to record those interactions for future reference. How can we record them or update them in Begin? So Prashant, uh, just in case you have enabled email integration inside Begin, then the emails can be sent and received from Begin itself. That is, any email you send it to your customer will be captured inside Begin, and any replies that the customer sends to you will also be captured inside Begin. So this is for email interactions. Calls, we have our own phone integration that is available under our settings tab. You can go to settings, and on the left side you will see phone as one of the options. You can go there and uh, can integrate your phone telephony account with Begin. This way, you will be able to log your incoming calls or outgoing calls automatically inside Begin. This is one way. Or else, if you don't wish to integrate your telephony inside Begin, you have to manually create a call record for each incoming or outgoing call. So you can go to activities and you will see calls as one of the module there. So you can manually create a call record for each of the calls that you have with your clients. And one more option is there, that is, you can enter all the information of the conversation under the notes inside each contact record. So if you open a contacts detail page, you will see notes. So that is also one of the option. You can enter all the conversation inside a note and save it. This way, all your team members will know the interactions that has happened with a particular client. Is also one of the options. Um, Panindra has asked, can we create goals and sales targets in Begin? So we are currently working on providing a target meter option inside our dashboards. So once that is live, maybe you can set goals for your teams and view the target meter, view the progress from the target meter component in dashboards. So we are currently working on it. We'll keep you posted. Thank you. Srinababu Dulipala has asked, is there any integration between Begin and Zoho marketing automation? Uh, suggest you to send an email or contact the Zoho marketing automation team and see if they are working on any integration with Begin, because they have started working on an integration with Begin a few months back. Maybe you can check the current status from them by contacting them. Thank you. And Isha Yal has created asked how to create a new pipeline. Yeah, I think Madhumita has already responded. So Isha, you get a recording of this demo. Maybe you can check it out. There we will have explained how to create a new pipeline.
Thank you everybody for attending today's session. Any other questions that you have, you could kindly send us an email to support@bigin.com, the email ID that you find on the screen now. I'm sorry, I'll just share the ID. Yes. Thank you for joining. I hope you found the session useful, and we will be sharing a recording of the session over email to all of you. Thank you very much.